Good evening. Welcome to Stampin' All Day with Bev. How are you doing? Are you doing okay? Oh my goodness, time just keeps on getting closer and closer to these holidays, doesn't it? Yep, so we need to start thinking. Some of you are so good. You've not been thinking you've already done and made your Christmas cards, but some of you are still like me and trying to decide what you want to use. I am going to continue using Gingerbread Man today, but I'm going to incorporate that bundle with a set that we used in the springtime, summertime, and a set that I haven't shared with you yet, but all of them are either in the mini or the annual catalog. So we'll talk about that, and we'll start stamping and things at 7. But I just get on a couple of minutes early so I can make sure that you get your announcement that I'm on. If you're not following me yet, please do. Tell me hi when you get here. Hi, Karen. Let me know. I know where Karen's from, but if you're new here, let me know that. If I don't know where you're from, if we're not really good friends already, let me know where you're from. It's fun to see where people are showing up from. There's more people on now. Say hi. I hope your Sunday service was good. Ours was all about baptism today, which was a great reminder to share with others what baptism is all about. So very, very, very good service, and I enjoyed every minute of it. Came home and what did I do? Oh, tomorrow I'm going to go to a friend's house. She has a barn, and we're going to craft, about 4 of us all together. Hi, Margaret. So that's going to be fun. Tomorrow morning we're going to craft for Halloween, and we crafted back together in July, or was it June, I think, for July. Hi, Brenda. So it's going to be a lot of fun. They're great gals, so my morning will be filled with that. And then on Friday, we're leaving for Saratoga, and we'll be there Friday and Saturday. So I'm looking forward to that. Hi, Lynn. And so we've got another busy week coming up. Things are just, piling up. My calendar is full. I know you guys know how that is. So I hope everybody's doing well. From Charlotte. Wow. Hi. Is Vera's here too? I didn't see Vera's name. That must have went by when I was talking about something else. But welcome everybody. Okay, at 7 o'clock, we're going to get started. Let me turn you down and turn you around. Let me see. And we're going to give it that little try to zoom. Sometimes it zooms too much. So here we are. Okay. Welcome to Stampin' All Day with Bev. It's my Sunday night Facebook Live. You can shop with me if you decide you want something that I'm sharing right here at Beverlee Stamps. Hi, Marie. .stampinup.net. You can watch my replays on YouTube. This is my channel name right here. And you can also email me anytime you'd like to right here at my email address. If you have questions, concerns, just want to talk about something. Whoops, what did I knock over? Oh, I knocked over my dauber. All right, so if you have your mini catalogs, we're at page 54 with this cute, cute, cute Gingerbread Man set. Now, everybody loved the make and take at open house. Here it is. And it's a little gift card on a card. And I was telling people that I like to make ginger snaps during the fall months. So they all really enjoyed making this card. We used a folder and some designer series paper and our irregular weave ribbon. And we're going to use some of the same things tonight. Why do I have live after live using the same set? Because I'm trying to give you more and more ideas so you know how versatile this set is. Here's the first card I made. I did a plaid gingerbread guy for Thanksgiving, season's eatings. I've got to get my grandson's girlfriend's parents' address so I can send them an official little invite. They're coming over and having Thanksgiving with us, flying all the way from Virginia. Okay, and then tonight I'm going to swing into the Christmas season with this set. But before I do that, I want to show you, because what I didn't realize is some of you didn't know how many dies were in the die set. There are tons. So let me show you my garland that I have made. And you can see all the little dies that this set has in there. And the bow is very versatile because you can use just the tails of the bow as a little scarf. It's just, hi, Faith. There's peppermint, there's a candy cane, there's a sucker. You can make the girl's bow into a bow tie. There's a hat. There's just so many things. Now, I did stamp this on fabric, a cotton type of fabric, and then place it on top of cardstock so it would be a little bit more, thicker, and it would last a long time because I want to keep this as a garland for a lifetime if I can. Okay, so I'm not making this tonight, but I wanted to show you all the dies that are in the set. So I just showed you in the mini, it's on page 54, this bundle, the Gingerbread Man Bundle. But I said that I was going to use some different things today. I'm going to use the online exclusive folder that's called Mini Corrugating Folder right here. Put this on my machine right now. And I'm going to introduce to you a set that I will be using in my next few lives. And I'm going to use some of the sentiments from Snowy Delight. Now, Snowy Delight is also in the mini catalog. It's on page 53, and it's got the most beautiful dies. I love the font, nice sentiments, but look at all of these gorgeous, gorgeous dies. So, so pretty. I have been playing with it already, and I love everything that I've made so far, so I'll be sharing that with you at a later date. But I'm going to incorporate the sentiments tonight on the card I'm making. Okay. Now, I'm also, because a lot of my customers got this bundle when I shared it, it's in the annual catalog on page 84, and it's called Coneflower Celebrations. And there's coordinating dies for this set as well. Now, I'm going to incorporate this with the gingerbread set just to let you know that just because this is summer or spring, you don't have to put it away for the holiday. Oh, I love all the hearts already. Everybody loves this set. I know. It's gorgeous. Okay. So what dies did I use? Of course, I used the Gingerbread Man die. And I used the little sucker that comes in the die set. And I used the little hat. Okay. I've cut those out already just to save a little time. And in the coneflower set, I used the big coneflower die. And then I used the little topper that goes on the cornflower die just to give it some more texture and interest. Eye candy, as I call it. Are you ready to see the card? I'm hoping you liked it because I hope you like it because I hyped it up quite a bit. Look at her in her little dress. What do you think? She has suspenders on like we used at open house for her little pinafore. And oh my goodness, I'm getting some hearts and some thumbs up. Thank you so much. Lots of hearts. Yay. I think she's absolutely adorable. And she's got on a little Christmas dress. Almost looks like a little ballerina. There's a corrugated background. And then on the inside, this is where I've incorporated the snowflakes. What is Snowy Delights set. So isn't that interesting that you can take a Christmas set, the Snowy Delights, a summer set, the Coneflower, and another Christmas set, the Gingerbread Man, and put them together. You have them and use them and create something different. Now, I have to tell you, I was sitting here at my desk and I had a coneflower cut out in my stash sitting over at the corner of my desk. And when I looked at it, I'm all, oh my gosh, I think that would make like a little dress. I think it would. And I could not even hardly go to bed that night because I was thinking about it. And I said, you're going to make it in the morning. I do my best work in the morning. And sure enough, it came out like my little mind was telling me it would. You're going to make me buy that coneflower, aren't you? Yes, Faith? Yes, ma'am. You need to buy it. So here we go. We're going to start making this card. This one is cherry cobbler and some real red cardstock that I'm using, and then crumb cake and early espresso. Okay. So let's start with our card base. Gonna take the layer piece, which is 4 by 5 1/4, and I am going to use the folder and corrugate this. So we all know that we put the edge of our cardstock on the black line that's right on either side of the Stampin' Up logo. Here is the code if you need this folder. And I'm going to put in number 1 platform, my folder with the spine in first, and my number 4 platform, and run it through. Okay, and this time I have the lines going horizontal. How pretty that is. Hi, Roz. Okay, I can put this aside. Now I'm looking at my card, and there's no ribbon or anything attached underneath the corrugated piece. Now, when you corrugate it, it might shrink. It will shrink. Thanks, Vera. The cardstock down because it corrugates it. So I'm going to take my paper trimmer and I'm going to cut it down just a hair. So maybe a 1/16. So so everything's even. Okay. Leave that right there because I got to use it again in a minute. There we go. All right. So now I need my liquid glue. This is a new one. My other one, I was making my thank you cards and I used it all up. So here's a brand new one. And I am going to glue this down. I wanted to open up the door to my shop because it's kind of warm in here, but I can't because I don't have a screen door and there's so many mosquitoes still. So I had to leave it closed. I'm a little warm. All right, so see, the base of the card is done. Just like that. All right, let's get the inside ready to go. And I didn't take those. I knew there was another piece of dies that I didn't take out in the Snowy Delights. Now I just saw which one it was. That's the stamp set. Silly girl. Okay, here's the dies. So this little corner one right here. Okay, so I'm going to take that one. Card over here, and I'm going to just put this up in the corner like this. Hi, Diane. And guess what I finally got? I finally broke down and bought more Post-it note tape. It came at 5:05 or something like that after open house was over. So now when we have another open house, I will have it for you guys. Speaking of open house, in November, I will not be hosting an open house. I think I told you guys last time that I was going to have 5 people over for the holidays. Well, the week before the holiday, through the holiday, Thanksgiving holiday. And so I feel like I need to not put too much pressure on myself, and I need to just enjoy the company I'm going to have and the baby shower that we're having. Heather and I are hosting a baby shower, so we've got a lot of work to do, and so I'm not going to have open house just so I can get everything done. Okay, so let me stamp the sentiments on here, and I'm using Early Espresso ink, and let's see what I stamped on the inside. With family, friends, and long, peaceful nights. Okay, so that one is with family, friends, and long, peaceful nights. So I'm going to tap, tap, tap. Late to the party, but we'll catch the beginning once you're finished. Okay, so I'm going to come right up. There's a little indentation right here, and I'm going to try to fit that if I can. Nope, it wouldn't fit this time. So I came down below the little holes that are right here, and I stamped that. There we go. See the little holes there? It just came right below that. Hi, Annie. Here's the card, Annie. And now we're going to take this piece and we're going to put it inside the card. Now, when you have, I love the way these snowflakes cut out into the paper cardstock. So make sure you go around those holes. You don't want glue seeping out. Okay. So now I'm going to place this on the inside, and our card base is completely finished. Now we just have to concentrate on our little girl. Let's make her dress. So we're going to need real red cardstock, and cherry cobbler ink is what I used. I'm going to put the cardstock portrait style into my paper trimmer, and the end of it is going to be at 4 1/4. And that just means that I'm cutting this 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock in half down the middle. Okay, so I have a long piece. So you got 2 of them, but I just need 1. Okay, and then I have my coneflower stamp and my cherry cobbler ink. Now I'm using the cherry cobbler because the tone is darker than the ink is darker than the cardstock, and it will show up well. If you did tone on tone, it might not show up as well. See how pretty that shows up? Okay. So now I turn this upside down, so I'm putting the ink directly onto the stamp. And now I'm going to stamp it. Now when you stamp it, I'm going to do it this way. When you stamp it, make sure you're up a little bit because you've got to put that die on here. And I give it some good pressure. Let that ink soak in. Okay, there we go. Right, now you're going to take your die, and one side of the die fits perfectly. Now this side is not the one that fits perfectly. See that? See how that does not fit perfectly there? Okay, so we're going to just flip it around, and the other side will. And I'm showing you that because I don't want you to spend a lot of time trying to get it even when one side is even with the stamp and the other side is not. Okay. So let's put our tape down. I'm going to close up my stamp pad and bring my machine over. I have platforms 1, 2, and 3. The paper and the die. And then the other number 3 clear acrylic platform. And running this through. Okay, now I'm just going to pull the tape off. And I have a score line on there already, and I have her cute little cone flower. Okay. Also, I did, in advance, I cut out with Early Espresso the little top to the cone flower there. Okay, so I'm going to put that on with dimensionals just for a little bit of lift. 2 dimensionals, pull off the paper backing, and set that right down like that. So pretty. Okay, now let's take our gingerbread guy, and I'm going to open him up. I'm going to stamp on my right. I'm going to stamp him, her in this case. And I just love these winking eyes. I'm using the winking eyes almost always. So I'm going to ink up that. And stamp that down. Even pressure. Looks so cute. And then I have a dauber. Now this dauber is left over from open house where we put blush on her cheeks. And so I'm going to use that because I like it to be kind of light. I don't like a great big dark blushy cheek. So I'm just going to rub that and have a nice blush there, just like that. Okay. Now I also already cut out her hat, and you can use real red or you can use cherry cobbler, whichever one you want. It's going to coordinate no matter which one you use because there's both in her dress. I'm going to cut a piece of my, hi Carol, hi Viola, and my dimensionals off the edge there and set her little hat down just like that. Okay, now we're going to take our Early Espresso again and the little Rick-Rack stamp. I think I want to put a piece of scrap paper under me just so I don't get ink on my glass mat and then make a mess on my card. Love using the cone flower. I know, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So there's one. There's the other. And then both legs. Okay. Now I'm going to take a little piece, where did I put it, of the irregular ribbon. Here it is. Okay, so I just need to put a little piece down. This looks like, yeah, that looks like it might be enough. It might not be. I have another piece here though. So I'm just going to cut this in half. Oops, wrong scissors. And I'm going to take a mini glue dot. And I'm going to put it at the bottom end of the ribbon. And just set it down right like that on her shoulder. And then let's see if this one will work too, or if this is too short. If I put her dress up higher, it'll work. Yep, it'll work. Okay. So I'm going to put this little piece down. So that's great. You don't hardly have to use any of that gorgeous ribbon. Put the mini glue dot towards one end. Get it on her shoulder for sure. And then push it down. I don't want it going over the back because I don't want to see. Oh, I used that paper that had, it came like that from Stampin' Up. It has like bleach spots on it. Oh well, I'll cover it up. I'll cut another one of these out, cut it in half, and line the back because I will be sending this card out. So that will be my fix. So then here we go, putting her little dress on. And I also want to put this on with dimensionals. I want it to stand up a little bit more. So let's put it right here. Pull that off and get it right where you want it. Okay. Now I should have stamped this first. The other stamp says, sending you joy and many delights. It is flat, so I should be okay. I'm using my early espresso again. And this sentiment is also from the Snowy Delights, page 53 of the mini catalog. Use a dark ink because this is a dark paper. Okay, sending you joy and many delights. All right, so, oh, you know why I used that? I just remembered. Okay, it didn't matter. I didn't want to waste that paper. I don't need to do any lining or anything. On this card, I glued them shut. I do not want a little card that opens up on the front. So that's why I use that. I just remembered that part. Okay, so now here she is. Now some linen thread. And I know you guys like me to measure, so let's do 10 inches. And double it. Put the two loose ends together. And come around, pull it through, and make your little double bow. Push the little loops so they separate. No use having a double bow if you can't see both the little loops, right? Cut off the end to have it loose there, and another mini glue dot. And put that down right there like that. All right, now she's going to have a little Christmas sucker in her hand. And I cut that out in advance as well. So here it is. And you just can place that in her hand. You can place the candy cane in her hand, whichever one you want. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue there and let that, well, I'm not going to let it sit up. I'm going to put it right on her right now. Then with red cardstock, I cut out another sucker so I could have a two-tone lollipop. Okay, and I set that down. And then when the middle popped out, you get this piece, and I just put glue right in the center, just like that. Bend up the little, they look like fan blades to me. And set that down. Here's where I'm going to need my take your pick tool, I think. Hi, Linda. Whoop. I looked up and I brought it with me. Okay, and then in the Inspiring Imperfections set or suite, there's these beautiful gold little accents. They're called flower accents. I took a small one and I set it right here just to bring that out a little. I'm going to let that set up and then I'll pop these back up again. And then her hat seemed to me to be a little plain. So I have, where are they? Oh, I guess I don't have, okay, well, let me show you on the card. I had another one of these little fan blades that I'm calling it part of the lollipop. I had another one cut out, but I don't see it here, so maybe I didn't have it cut out. So you want to put one there, and then take another little bow and add that to the top as well. You know, it's not quite as cute without it, so I'm going to cut one real quick. Let me get this bow made. And it's out of crumb cake cardstock. It's a little bow, little tiny one. You guys always tease me. I don't know how you make those, but okay, so let's cut that down. All right. So let me get some, see, I had one cut out, but I don't know where the other part went. Oh, is that it? Nope, that's not it. So let me do one real quick. Crumb cake and the little lollipop. This little guy here. Okay, that only took a minute, and it's well worth it, I think. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put a little dot right in the middle there. Look how little that dot of glue is. And right at the little pom-pom part of her hat, you can add that there. And then another mini glue dot. Right under the knot of the bow. If it's too big, you just roll it in half and set this down. And I think it just really adds to her little hat. Okay, let me clean up the mess because I have something else to show you too. And when I see all this stuff, I get claustrophobic or something. Okay. So now let's get our our card. We're going to set her down. And I am just going to put glue on the back of her. Thanks, Annie. Oh, you guys, thank you so much for the hearts. That really means a lot to me. And then you'll see that her sucker, you want to make sure that This isn't too far off the card. You know, it's not off the card at all, actually, is what I should have said. So that's right there on the edge, and her feet are right on the edge on this one. And then this is floppy. So I would take a dimensional and just secure it so it doesn't break or anything like that. And then it's solid like that. Isn't that cute? And then you oh, I know. Thank you, Brenda. And then you have a really cute inside like that. Now I'll be live on my Sunday night lives in November for 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks. But after that, I will not be. But yeah, open house. I can't remember a time where I've missed an open house, but I'm sure I have. Cuteness overload. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, now I said I have something else, and I almost forgot. You have to stay and see this. Love all your gingerbread people. So adorable. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I have corrugated paper here, and I've given a lot of my customers some of it. When I get anything delivered that comes in a corrugated paper, I keep it. I love it. And so I took the gingerbread girl die, and I laid it on a piece of corrugated paper. I wanted to make some very simple country ornaments, right? So look at this. Now this is a little tiny hole punch, so this is really fast. The candy cane, everything in crumb cake. It's a country, I could see this on my little country tree. And I stamped on the corrugating part, and it still worked. It's 2 pieces, right? It opens up like a book, right? I did glue it shut, but before I glued it shut, I put a paper clip right in there, then glued it closed, and then used some linen. And now it will hang, and some linen around the neck. And now it's a cute darn ornament. If you want to use it as a tag, don't glue it shut, and you can put these on tags on Christmas presents. You love the ornament. So do I. I absolutely love the ornament. So let's have a little fashion show here and show you that you can go from Thanksgiving, oh, they're not all going to get in here, fall to Christmas. And I sent it in the mail because her birthday's tomorrow. But I also took the same gingerbread man with white cardstock, and I put 2 black eyes. I stamped 2 black eyes on there. And then I tore white cardstock in thin strips, not real thin, you know, about like this. And then I covered them with the ripped cardstock, let it hang over way out of the way, and then trim it down with scissors. And when you're done, you have a little mummy, because my sister-in-law's birthday is in October. So I sent her a happy birthday mummy card using the gingerbread man. And instead of holding candy, I put balloons in his hand and a little tag hanging off that said happy birthday. So you can use these guys for so many different things. I'm sure a baby card as well, and just have fun with it. I absolutely love this dress, and I absolutely love this ornament. But what don't I love, right? I hope you guys had fun here. Tell your friends about me. If you want the gingerbread suite, it's in the catalog, in the mini catalog. Go get it before it's all gone. Okay, people, take care, my friends. We'll see ya next week. Okay, bye-bye.